Buying this coffee table was the biggest mistake of his life. Let's do full movie spoilers for the 2022 Spanish horror film The Coffee Table. The film follows a couple named Maria and Jesus, and they have just welcomed a new baby. Right away, they're constantly arguing, especially after Jesus insists on buying this ugly glass coffee table, and Maria just hates it. Eventually, they bring it home, and while Jesus is putting it together, he realizes that one of the screws is missing, so he can't fully assemble it. A little later, Maria is heading to the grocery store, and she leaves Jesus alone with her newborn baby. Before leaving, she reminds him that his brother and his girlfriend are coming over to meet the new baby. At first, everything seems completely normal. The baby then starts crying, so Jesus picks up the baby and he's holding him, walking around the apartment, just trying his best to calm him down. Then, in a split second, one small accident changes everything. Somehow, Jesus loses his grip on that baby and they both fall toward that unassembled coffee table. When that baby had fell, its head came off and rolled underneath the couch. Jesus is completely panicked and he has no idea what to do. Instead of calling for help, Jesus goes into complete shock and he thinks that no one is going to believe what actually happened. He showers, changes his clothes, and tries to make the apartment look normal before Maria comes back. Once Maria returns, she is immediately asking for the baby. But Jesus is trying to tell her that the baby finally fell asleep after crying for hours and to not wake him up. Just minutes later, Jesus' brother and his girlfriend arrive for dinner. Everyone starts to notice that Jesus is acting very strange, he's sweating, barely speaking, and he keeps making excuses on why no one can see the baby. Eventually, his brother pulls him aside and demands to know what's going on. Without saying a word, Jesus points to the crib. His brother looks inside of it and immediately understands. The two are desperately trying to keep Maria from discovering the truth while trying to figure out what to do next. But then everything falls apart and there's a knock at the door. It's the neighbor's daughter who has an unhealthy obsession with Jesus. She falsely tells Maria that Jesus tried to kiss her in the elevator, and this just causes more chaos inside of the apartment. While everyone is distracted arguing back and forth, the neighbor's dog goes into the living room and crawls underneath the couch. Seconds later, Maria notices what the dog has just found. Jesus' brother tries to stop her, but it's too late and she discovers the horrifying truth. Completely overcome with grief, she picks up what's left of her child and walks over to the apartment's balcony. Realizing there's no coming back from what just happened, Jesus follows her. The film ends with both parents jumping off of that balcony, and it makes The Coffee Table one of the bleakest and most disturbing horror movies ever made. The end.